Okay, normally I'd say welcome to Historic Investments, but you know something? I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to say welcome to the Ohio Gun Collectors Association. I've been a member here for over 35 years, and I'm very happy to introduce the current president of Sherman, Kirkland, and he'll tell us a little bit more about the organization and maybe why you might consider becoming a member either in this organization or something similar. Sherman.
Okay. OGCA is one of the largest private collectors organizations in the world. We have 16,000 members approximately. We do 6 shows a year, right around 600 tables per show. It's closed. It is open to members and invited guests only, including membership also. Membership is exclusively to people that are sponsored to be in there. You can't just come in and pay your money and go to a gun show. We're a little more. We're a lot more than that. We strive to have a very quality show. The amount of knowledge in our show is tremendous. The people, the collectors that we have that are foremost in their field.
Yeah. We welcome people who are interested in firearms really from all walks of life, and we get a new members listing every couple of months, and it really is amazing. It just doesn't matter if you're in fabrication or if you're a doctor, lawyer, any kind of. We got a lot of engineers in this area. We also have a lot of people who are maybe in pharmacy or in manufacturing, lots of different walks of life. So the thing is, we have a very strong common thread that binds everyone together. It's not like an auction atmosphere. It's really a very congenial group of people. And after you've been here long enough, and as I said, I've been here for well over 30 years, it's almost like an extended family, except it's an extended family without the big Thanksgiving or holiday arguments.
Yeah.
Although there can be other arguments, of course.
There can be.
Especially if two people want the same thing at the same time. But in any event, if you're a collector and you're sort of interested in this area or interested in expanding your horizons, the really nice thing is that there are a lot of people here who've got specialty knowledge. And we've got an incredible number of people who've written their own books.
Yes. Books. Both history on whatever firearms they're into or technical manuals on them. And these people are all at the show just about every week or every show that we have. And you can talk to them. And most of them are very friendly, and they'll expand on whatever knowledge they have.
Right. I mean, you have to remember, the shows take place over a weekend, and the atmosphere is very different than an auction atmosphere. Absolutely. I mean, it's much more collegial. And the other thing is it's much more hands-on. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I go to an auction house, there's usually maybe 1 or 2 experts, and most of the other people are just hired on for the weekend. Here it's different. You've got 2 or 3 people, and they all share a similar interest in the field, and sometimes there can be legitimate differences of opinion, and you can talk to 2 or 3 people who are truly expert in their field and plumb their knowledge, and they'll do so graciously with a smile. And there are other advantages to this organization too. I mean, this organization also funds projects for the NRA, right? There's a youth program. There's a competition, right? There's a display competition on an annual basis.
We have an annual display show, usually at our May show. It's open to any of our members. We get a very big variance in the types of displays. There can be a 1-gun display. There can be a display with multiple guns. It can be antiques. It could be more modern stuff. And that's one of the highlights of our year is our annual display show. We also display at the annual NRA meeting once a year.
The display shows they're incredible because, in fact, as you're probably aware, there are just a wide variety of interests within this field. So the displays are usually pigeonholed into maybe 1 of 4 categories. I mean, there's an antiques category, and even if you're starting, you're looking around, and you're not quite sure of your footing, there's kind of a new displayer category. And then there's, what is it, pre-World War II, and there's a military category and a post-World War II category. I think there are 4 or 5 categories, aren't there?
We try to cover the whole gamut so that everything that we would have at our show would be represented in that display show, no matter what you collect, no matter what your interest is.
I try to find a category in which no one else is competing, and that'll increase your odds considerably.
Very much so.
Yeah, and the prizes are nice. I mean, there's a big bronze Minuteman, but really that's the display show is only a small part of this program, because if you're interested in this from a hobby standpoint, or we actually have quite a few professionals in this. I mean, professionals in manufacturing and professional gun dealers. So there's all kinds of people who belong to OGCA, and it's nice that it's a closed show. I mean, you don't have to worry about thefts as much. As I said, there's a tremendous amount of hands-on, and people can inspect the items and show them to other colleagues. It's great.
We also sponsor, I think you mentioned it earlier, we sponsor youth shooting programs, both hunting, target shooting, just about anything that is youth oriented as far as shooting goes. We donate a lot of money every year to these organizations within Ohio. We do stay in Ohio on that. And I think we've furthered the education of a lot of young people that normally would not be exposed to this kind of stuff because their families aren't into it anymore, things like that. And
well, sometimes, and you guys know, sometimes the entire family is not into it, right?
Absolutely.
So, but there's great shopping around here, right, for the women who may not want to attend the show.
There is shopping around here.
Wonderful shopping, some of the best in Ohio, right? Wouldn't you say that?
Well, I would have to say that, yeah.
If it's really cold, if it's really cold, you can have just a wonderful breakfast, lunch, or dinner and never get out of the facility.
You can do that.
Free parking. Anyway,
it's a good gun show. It's a good place, and it's quality people and quality product. I can't say enough about the type of people that I have met since I've been in this organization. I've made a lot of really good friends. Hope to make more.
And a small number of really good enemies. So,
well,
right?
Small,
So it's a very emotional show for you, right?
That goes along with the whole gun trading thing.
Okay. But in any event, we've got a great business manager, assistants. We're going to be getting a new website very soon. We've got videos like this that are going to be posted almost any day. But actually, I know Sherman, I had to twist his arm a lot to just come on and talk here, but he really wanted to talk about these Class 3 guns. And we've got a very cool converted AR-15, and we've got a Smith & Wesson, I don't even know what it is, Smith & Wesson 76. And you probably, if you're still listening, it's because you wanted me to stop talking and have him talk about this very cool suppressed submachine gun in the foreground. So at this point, I'm all ears.
All right. Well, it's a Smith 76. Smith & Wesson made those in the 60s up till about 70, I believe. It was in response to the Swedish government cutting off sales to our government of their Swedish K machine gun. They did not agree with the Vietnam situation that we were involved in, so they said no more sales to the U.S. government. So the government went to Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson said, well, we can copy that machine gun, and that's the result right there. This one's a suppressed model, quite quiet, shoots a 9mm parabellum round.
And anybody who joins, you'll take them out for a test shoot, is that correct?
Well, we can talk. We can
talk about that? Okay, that's fine. But in any event, well, listen, I think both of us have probably overspent our time here. So anyway, no, Sherman, thank you very much for coming. Guys,
thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for listening to me prattle on. And I'm supposed to say at the end, if you like what you heard, like and subscribe. Did I get that right this time? Okay.